For 80 years, the world has managed to avoid another global conflict. It's not because humanity suddenly found universal peace, but because the invention of nuclear weapons made all-out war a form of collective suicide. Today, that fragile peace feels like it's cracking. Tensions are rising, superpowers are arming themselves to the teeth, and the world feels closer to a global disaster than at any point since the Cold War. This is the story of the future of global conflict, and a serious look at the question on everyone's mind: is World War III coming? The global balance of power that has kept the peace for decades is breaking down. We now have three major superpowers: the United States, China, and Russia, all vying for influence in an increasingly unstable world. In this new reality, conflicts are no longer just local or regional disputes. The lines are blurred. Every skirmish, every border clash now carries the terrifying risk of escalating into a global confrontation, drawing in the world's most powerful nations. The interconnectedness that once promised prosperity now threatens to drag everyone into the fire. So, where could this fire start? There are several flashpoints around the globe, each one a potential trigger for a wider war. In Ukraine, we see a direct standoff between NATO-backed forces and Russia, a conflict that could easily spill over its borders. In the Pacific, the question of Taiwan's sovereignty pits China against the United States in a high-stakes game of military and political chess. Then there's the Middle East, where a direct conflict between Iran and Israel could ignite the entire region, pulling in their powerful allies. And let's not forget the South China Sea, where China's territorial claims clash with those of several neighboring countries, backed by American naval power. All it takes is one mistake, one stray missile, one single miscalculation by any of these powers, and the situation could spiral violently out of control. This tension is fueling a new, terrifying arms race, one that looks very different from the last. We're not just talking about more tanks and planes. Today's arms race is about hypersonic missiles that travel too fast to be intercepted. It's about stealthy nuclear submarines that can hide in the ocean's depths for months, ready to strike at a moment's notice. It's about artificial intelligence controlling autonomous weapons, making life-or-death decisions in fractions of a second. And then there's the invisible battlefield of cyber warfare, where a nation's power grid, financial systems, and communication networks can be crippled without a single shot being fired. Modern war is fought with algorithms, satellites, and lines of code just as much as it is with soldiers. So, with all these dangers, with all these flashpoints and advanced weapons, why hasn't World War III happened yet? The grim answer is the same reason it was avoided during the Cold War: nuclear weapons. The doctrine of mutually assured destruction, or MAD, is still very much in effect. It's a simple, terrifying logic. If one side launches its nuclear arsenal, the other side will retaliate, and the result is the annihilation of both. Everyone dies. This profound, existential fear is the final, fragile barrier that has so far kept the world's major powers from direct conflict. It's a peace held together not by trust, but by the shared terror of the alternative. But can this future be saved? Can we rely on fear forever? History shows us one clear lesson. War is not some inevitable force of nature. It is a choice, a series of choices made by leaders. And just as there are tools of war, there are powerful tools of peace: diplomacy, negotiation, strong alliances, and international law. These are the mechanisms that can de-escalate tensions and prevent the next global catastrophe. They have worked before, but they are only effective if our leaders have the courage and the wisdom to use them. World War III is not a guaranteed outcome, but in this new era of global competition, neither is peace. The future is unwritten, and understanding the dangers we face is the first step towards shaping a safer world. Subscribe to our channel to continue exploring the critical events and historical forces that are shaping our future. Thank you for watching.